Hello, fourth grade. We are Siouxland Agriculture in the classroom, and many of you saw the two of us or saw one of us in your second grade classroom probably. A few of you might not have, and this will be new to you. And it is a little different this year anyway because you will be seeing us online. We are not visiting classrooms this year, just like your school might have a different plan for the year. For us, we will be coming to you with YouTube videos. So we hope that your teacher is sharing these with you each month. And this month, we are going to do kind of an overview of what agriculture is. If you saw us in second grade, you know that we focus each visit or each month on something different that our farmers grow or take care of. So you're already familiar with pigs and sheep and cattle and corn. Those things come to your mind really quickly. But today, our goal is that when you're done watching us, you know about something new in Iowa that you had no idea our farmers were working with.
Because it even has surprised us, a few of the products.
Definitely. So when we talk about agriculture, we are talking about how things produce food, fuel, and fiber. Most of the time we focus on the food that we produce, whether that's milk or meat or how we use corn and soybeans. But this year you are going to learn more about fuel than you did in second grade, and we'll talk a little bit about fiber. Okay. Today, most of what we're focusing on is food, but like we said, our goal for you is that you learn about a new food or a new product you didn't know before. So, if you're doing this activity, your teacher is going to have some maps and giving directions on how to use that map. You will also have these cards. Each card has a different city from Iowa at the top, and then a description of something that farmers care for or produce in Iowa. So this one says in Wellman, we go oink, oink, we have 4 legs and a snout. Many people like the bacon we produce, but we can give so much more. We can help produce medicine, paintbrushes, and even lotion and makeup. Okay, so this is a clue. This one's not too difficult. So hopefully you figured out that this is talking about pigs. Okay, so once you have your clue solved, you're going to trade that clue for the matching picture. So I have bacon that comes from pigs. So if you're doing this activity, you're going to trade your teacher. You'd give back the clue, and you would take a picture that's going to go on your map as a class. Okay, and then your teacher would explain to you how to find that city on a map. If you're doing this activity in your classroom, pause here. And then when you click play, you're going to get an explanation of all those cards. If your class is not taking the time to do the map activity, stay with us, and you're still going to get to see that map and see all of the products that we go ahead and locate for you. Okay, so if you worked as a class to find those on the map, your map probably looks similar to ours. We are going to go through each of these different clues and then explain the commodity or the product that is made or what was being described in that card. Mrs. Wagner is going to go ahead with those cards.
Sure. Okay, the first one. This is a great meal. Sometimes it is grilled, but you can buy these at McDonald's and other restaurants. Many farmers in Dallas County grow the animals that give us this meat. So that's going to be
our beef. So we've got a picture of a hamburger. Now, you know that there's cattle all across Iowa. We have 99 counties in Iowa, and every county has cattle. However, like they said on that card, Dallas County, or Adel, where they have this card on the map, just has quite a few cattle, and they've had a cattle industry for a long time. Okay, next one.
Farmers use these big machines to do the work in their fields. They might come in other colors, but this brand runs like a deer, and they're manufactured right here in Iowa. So
you have a John Deere tractor over. I'll let you pull it off.
Yep, right
here.
Davenport.
Okay, so clear on the east side of Iowa. And you might not know that the first tractor was invented in Iowa. It was called the Waterloo Boy. So that would be in Waterloo, where we have another product that we'll get to in a bit.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Some people decorate these in December. Sometimes car fresheners are shaped like these. It smells like pine. So that's a pretty easy one. A Christmas tree.
Okay, so in Red Oak, they grow trees. Some of those are used for holiday decoration, but we also have a lot of things in your classroom that use trees. Your desktop is probably wood, the paper you use all day, building materials. So we don't think of that as an agriculture crop, but that's an example of one of the fibers that agriculture produces.
These can be used to make crayons. They can be found in chocolate bars and in vegetable oil. They are one of the 2 crops Iowa is known for. If you still need a hint, it's a type of bean. So we know that it's not corn, it's soybeans.
Soybean. Now this picture almost looks like an egg, but it is a soybean. They're so small. It's really blown up in this picture. Iowa grows more corn than any other state, but we're number 2 for soybeans. We will spend the next lesson talking about a big use for these, and then another lesson in the spring focused only on these.
The next one, we like to eat these for breakfast, usually in a bowl with milk. They're crunchy and they are full of Iowa-grown products. So that's going to be Cedar Rapids, and that's going to be what?
Here about you are Chex,
our
cereal.
Corn Chex cereal. Right there at Cedar Rapids.
Yeah. So we focused on corn in 2nd grade. Hopefully you remember there's a ton of products. Every grocery store has about 4,000 products that contain some part of corn. That doesn't mean it looks like corn or tastes like corn, but Corn Chex is an example of one of those products. And those are produced in Cedar Rapids. Okay.
Grown on the cob, this is the kind we eat right from the field. It's freshest in the summer. It can be canned or frozen, bought at grocery stores or farmers markets, and if you don't want it on the cob, buy it from the freezer.
Okay, there are 4 different kinds of corn we grow in Iowa, but the kind you eat when it looks like corn is sweet corn. So this is in Grimes, but another example of something that grows in every county in our state.
Yep.
Near Grimes in Adel, what we looked at with the hamburger, they have a sweet corn festival. They just grow a lot of it in that area. Okay, next.
This crop is what Iowa is known for. It's made into many products, and it can be found in our soda, cereal, candy, and it can even be made into plastic. So that's going to be Hampton, Iowa, and that's our field corn.
Field corn. Sometimes it is called dent corn. So as you drive across Iowa and you see cornfields, 99% of it is field corn. Most of it is not the sweet corn you're eating or popcorn that we'll get to in a bit, but most of it is this field corn. And actually, livestock eat even more of it than we do.
Yep.
Okay.
This sugary breakfast condiment is great drizzled over pancakes, waffles, or even breakfast sausage. So that's going to be our maple syrup. Castalia.
I always think of this as a product that comes from the East Coast or from Canada. I don't think of it in Iowa.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, but we do have a producer in Castalia.
This tasty breakfast item can be scrambled, sunny side up, in an omelet, or hard boiled. Chickens lay these, and Iowa has more of them than any other state. So we know that chickens lay eggs.
Hey, Iowa produces more eggs than any other state. Each year, about 16 billion eggs are produced in Iowa, and we will focus on those on another lesson this year.
Which that was another thing I was very surprised about. Number 1 egg producer. Round, juicy, and many different colors. Maybe green and red are the best known. You can dip slices of this into caramel or bake it in a pie. So we're going to be looking at Fort Dodge for apples.
Yes. There's an orchard in Fort Dodge, but these can be grown in your backyard or by other places, but there's a large orchard in Fort Dodge, and that's why they're marked on our map.
Bees buzz around producing this sweet liquid. It's great on all types of food, but watch out for the stingers if you're too close to the hive. Here's our honey.
Our honey. Beekeeping has become more popular than it was for a while. So there are beekeepers across our state. I would say almost every county probably has one, but this is marked in Perry, and this is one of those products we don't think of as agriculture, but it is. Anytime you're caring for something to make a product, that's part of agriculture.
This yummy snack is often eaten at the movies, and it goes pop. This pops in the microwave, and it's great with butter and some salt. So that's another type of corn, popcorn.
Popcorn. And
Rockwell City.
They are known as the popcorn capital of Iowa. Okay, so Jolly Time is in Sioux City, and they are a popcorn factory, but they get that popcorn from popcorn farmers, and a lot of them are in that area of Iowa.
This might be a tricky one. This seafood product is usually found in the ocean. It tastes great with cocktail sauce, and you normally don't eat the tail. So that's a different one. That one's going to be our shrimp at Waterloo. Your shrimp.
Yeah, there are a few shrimp farmers in Iowa, and they are stored indoors. They have huge tanks full of salt water, and they're kept warm inside, and they're fed in those tanks. And the reason that that's become a little more popular is it costs less if we're shipping a product in our own state. So if I want shrimp and I order it from Waterloo, that costs a lot less than if I need to order it from Florida. So we even have shrimp farmers in Iowa. Okay, go ahead.
It tastes great melted between 2 slices of bread and dunked in tomato soup, melted over broccoli or on nachos. This yellow block of food is also a great snack with crackers. Hull, Iowa.
Okay, so there is a cheese plant in Hull. There are a lot of dairies in that area in Plymouth and Sioux County. So a lot of that goes to that cheese plant. A lot of it also goes to Lamar's to be made into ice cream, which is not marked on our map, but Blue Bunny in Lamar's.
So this is a slogan I'm going to read. Blank, eat fresh, is this store's slogan. If you buy a turkey sandwich from this place, you're eating Iowa-grown turkey. So I think we all know Subway, eat fresh. It's a very popular slogan.
Okay, if you go to Subway anywhere in the United States, all of that turkey is grown in Iowa. So that is something I didn't know before doing this activity. But all the turkey that Subway uses in all 50 states is produced in Iowa. Pretty cool.
That is cool. We go oink oink. We have 4 legs and a snout. Many people like the bacon we produce, but we can give so much more. We can help produce medicine, paintbrushes, and even lotion and makeup. And that's our bacon. Wellman, Iowa is where we had that one.
Yeah. There are several pork plants across Iowa. Iowa produces more pigs than any other state. So we are number 1 for corn, for ethanol, which we'll talk more about another time, for pigs, and for eggs. So Iowa has a lot of farmers, but they aren't just growing those things you think of. My goal for you was that you would learn something you didn't know before. Some of you have this page, and you have a spot to mark that. What is something you learned today? But I would encourage your class to talk about that. I can come up with a handful of things I hear in your classrooms a lot, but I would guess every single person watching this learned something they had no idea about before today. And that's our goal for you this year. So we will see you in other videos this year where we focus on some of the things you just saw across our map. But until then, everybody stay well. We'll see you again.